Alright, while everyone's getting things out and all set up, here are the answers to last night's homework. If anyone found they had issues with problem number 4, you should make sure to check on the order of the terms in the function. Remember that a has to be the term that comes before x squared, not just whatever's first. While you're getting that homework turned in, you can start on the do now problem, which involves graphing one linear function and another linear function on the same plane, and then multiplying the two functions together. So we'll be using that problem in today's lesson. So try to get it done. You've been graphing linear functions for a while now, so I expect you can get this done in 5 minutes.
Just a little bit of I like the seatbelt. the world ends at the end of your block, and then little whirlwinds spin friction round the clock. I'll be savage, hunt and gather, the average rather cadaver. Cockback hammer, splatter matter all over. Cell phone and calendar, no peace. Yeah, in the middle of a war zone, with a Norfolk, slow, no sleep. Yeah, this ain't down low on the download, fight with a dream I creep. Yeah, I'll seek the things I don't need to speak. I'm paranoid like a man in the land of the free. To set up and let us burn and turn sheep. Damn, stop with the octagon, top your block. I'm going off the rock, the songs, the more about dead. Just a little bit of prison creeping up on us. We don't listen to the reason anymore of us. These days we hit the front ways and rights like, okay, here, let's be clear. For the record, I did not sign up for lockdown. I'm making a shock and I'm so bored. Y'all must have forgotten who you were dealing with. Nothing less than depression, so make it so crystal clear with a trust. Nothing but doom free. Step up your thought game lane. We're all thirsty. They leave us no option. Walking these streets here, just watching these preachers speak from their pockets. These teachers, bring it back, come on. These teachers reach but can't stop it. See, they so poisoned, so lost, and follow these prophets to nonsense, tossing what's right to the dust. And I ain't no casualty, got no surface for spotless morality. My dirt might have to cover up my grave, but I keep my fear of faith and filth clutter up my cave. Got me looking for disinfectant. God, I'm bored. Y'all must have forgotten who you were dealing with. Nothing less than the question, so make it so crystal clear with a trust in absolute. Nothing but doom free. Step up your thought game lanes. We're all thirsty. More. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So thirsty for
Time's up. Alright, I'm going to switch over to a graphing calculator program so you can see what your lines should look like, and we can move forward onto something else as well. So, as you can see here, the line 2x minus 2 should look something just like that on your paper. 2x plus 1 should look like that. And the product of your two linear functions should look just like this. And it should be, as you can see, a quadratic function. And we can already tell one thing just from looking at it, which is that it should open up, and it should have a minimum value. But we'd like to know a few more things. So what I'm going to do now, and what we're going to work on more throughout the remainder of today's lesson, is graphing some of these quadratic functions off of a table, off of some points, and seeing from that what else we can tell about the function. So I have a table here, and mine uses its calculator, so it's going to generate itself. But we've worked with function tables before, so you should be able to follow along anyway, and you should be able to work through these function tables to get the values of a function at any given input. So I'm going to start mine with x equals -2. And the calculator tells me right off the bat that the function value should be 18 at that point. So you could have gotten that by putting in -2 for x everywhere in the function. And -2 squared times 4 minus 2 times -2 minus 2. And you would have gotten the same thing. And we can see over here that there's a point graph at -2 and 18. And I'll try a few more. Point at -1, which gets us y equals 4. At 0, another one at 1, at 2, and at 3, well, you can see there's no new point graphed because it's actually up over everything else. It already moves very high. This is sometimes how quadratic functions will work. So, though these points don't tell us everything about the function, they do give us a few important things. And to help see that, I'm going to hide these lines for a minute. Alright, so we can see that our graph would have to continue through these points, so it would have to have that curved shape, that parabola. And we can see that this one in particular is relatively skinny. It's not very wide. We can also see that it's opening up, which confirms what we were talking about before, and that it has a minimum point, which maybe isn't exactly right here, but would be about right here. Pretty close to it anyway. And by filling in the actual graph of our function using the calculator, we can see that that confirms that the minimum is a little bit over to the right, and that it does open up. Alright, one last piece on this one. By adding our linear functions back in, and remember, these linear functions were used to derive this quadratic function, they were multiplied together, we can see something else kind of unique, which is that all the x-intercepts of the two lines and of the parabola are the same. In other words, the x-intercept here of the line is one of the two places that the parabola intercepts the x-axis. And the x-intercept of this linear function right here, which is over here, is the other x-intercept of the parabola. This is going to be important later on, but for now, just notice it.
I have a present. It is the present. You have to learn to find it within you. If you can learn to love it, you just might like it. You can live without it. There's a million open windows. I'm passing these open windows. Passing these open windows. There is plenty to criticize. It gets so easy to narrow these eyes. But these eyes will stay wide. I will stay young, young and dumb inside. I have just begun to forget my lines. If you could save yourself, you could save us all. Go on living, prove us wrong. You live on faith, could be a well-timed smile. Survival never goes out of style. I have a message. Save your generation. We're killing each other by sleeping in. Then again, begin again. This one can be one. One can become two. Two can pick and choose. You could be the first. If you could save yourself, you could save us all. Go on, live and prove us wrong. You live on faith, could be a well-timed smile. Survival never goes out of style. You have to learn to learn from your mistakes. You can't afford to lose a little face. The things you break, some can't be replaced. A simple rule Go on, live and prove us wrong. You live for faith, you'll be a well-timed